not
What are you doing right now? Holding a screwdriver, doing what?
Ready to work. I'm ready to work. What's up, everyone? I'm Tori, and welcome to another edition of the ASUS Garage. Today, we're putting together an awesome 40 series build that's perfect for any PC gamer on a budget. Every component that we'll be putting into this PC altogether came in under $1,100. That's right, if you want to build a 40 series PC, you don't have to break the bank. You can get everything you see here just over $1,000. Isn't that right, Gwen?
Yep.
Gwen, the whole point is that we're saving money. Did you spend the rest of the budget for this video on yourself?
No.
Okay, let's look at these components that will make up this awesome budget build. We're starting out with our ASUS Dual GeForce RTX 4060 OC Edition GPU with its new streaming multiprocessors, 4th gen tensor cores, and 3rd generation ray tracing cores. This thing is a beast and will really level up my editing and gaming capabilities. Plus, the cooling is top tier. Taking a look at the 2.5 slot design, every element from the heatsink to the heat pipe are going to provide some serious heat dissipation. The Axial Tech fan design brings you a smaller hub, longer blades, and a barrier ring to increase downward air pressure and ensure your PC stays nice and cool even at peak performance. And you'll get to enjoy the silence of 0 decibel cooling when the GPU temp falls below 50 degrees.
Good, because I just bought some accessories.
Okay, thanks, Gwen. Next, we've got the ASUS Prime H610i plus Mini-ITX motherboard, which has PCIe 4.0, DDR4, and tons of connectivity options. We've also got our i5-13400 processor, which will be expertly cooled by the ASUS ROG Strix LC2 240 all-in-one liquid CPU cooler. We've also got 2 sets of case fans, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD, and a 750 watt power supply. And it'll all be assembled in the ASUS A21 Micro ATX computer case. And again, all this costs under $1,100. Gwen, are you ready to get building?
One sec. Need my assistant to help me.
You had that much money left over, you hired an assistant?
Yeah, one.
All right, let's get started. I'm glad you've humbled yourself a little bit now that we're starting the build here.
I know you enjoyed it, so it's fine.
All right, let's unbox our motherboard. Oh, this is so cute! It's Gwen-sized.
It's you-sized.
It's a baby board. This is so sick. Honestly, I kind of like that it has this very exposed look to it. It kind of reminds me of, you know how when you have like older consoles that have that transparent look to it, so you can see all the innards? I like that you can see the innards on this. This is so nice. And I like that it's, even though it's on a budget, you can still like have these nice little decals and stuff that make it feel fancy.
Yeah, so you're still gonna get the aesthetics with it.
The nice thing is here though, even though we're going with a strict budget build, since it has an LGA 1700 socket, you have the ability to upgrade to a higher CPU than maybe we chose, but we're going with the real like $1,100 build to start you off in a place where you can maybe increase your budget from there.
Here we have the i5-13400.
Can I do this part? I just like the levers. Pull the lever! All right, sweet! We can put in our 13400 thingy in here. I've built 4 builds. I know this is called a CPU.
If you mess up, it will.
Stop! I didn't get nervous until I was right over it. And I did it. Cool, we're done with the build. Let's go.
No!
All right, what's our RAM?
We have the G-Skill Ripjaws.
Oh, sweet. Okay, since I clicked in the CPU, I'll give you the privilege to click in the RAM.
Oh, you're so nice.
But I will unclick these. Don't mess it up.
You said first
The pins will bend. Yeah, it's the first one. Don't double check it.
Won't bend. You sure?
Yeah.
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 You sure?
I don't know. Good job, Gwen. Happy first build.
You know what?
Okay, and then we put it in. I get scared when Gwen hovers over me. I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
It's not even in all the.
No,
okay.
Okay, I did it. I did it. As long as it bounces, then you're good. Okay, we need a little screwdriver. Over here. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, so inside our box is some of the other things. Oh, we gotta put this thing on it. Remember how I said I loved the exposed look? There's a way to cover that a little.
How did you miss this? Don't you unbox things?
Also looked at the box and didn't open.
You took the box away.
No, I didn't. Replay the clip. Gwen had full ability to
You took it off.
I don't want to take responsibility. We're set. We have one whole Terry.
Terry?
Terabyte. Okay, so here we have our ASUS ROG Strix LC2 240 all-in-one cooler. I'm curious to see too, because this is a budget build, I'm surprised that we were able to get an AIO cooler. Because a lot of times too, these are the ones that cost a little bit more, but the fact that ROG makes one that can complete your build to still be right at about $1,100, that's pretty impressive. And ROG doesn't mess around when it comes to cooling.
And we get a pretty little screen too.
Oh, that's cool. See, you would think that that's something that you would sacrifice, just having a cool looking AIO cooler, but you don't have to do that with this build. Stickers? Stickers are included in this budget build? Gwen gave me a gift. You can't take back nice things!
We can't have nice things.
The nice thing too with this cooler is it seems like it's gonna be a bit easier to assemble. Like it already has part of the bracket on it.
Oh, nice. That's my biggest struggle, picking out the brackets and stuff.
Well, I think if you're building as maybe your first time or you're less experienced, AIO coolers can feel a little bit intimidating, but this one seems very easy to assemble. And that way we can make sure that our AIO cooler is gonna fit nicely in here. Let's unbox our ASUS case.
Oh my god.
Brute force.
Oh my god.
Here is our case. I thought this was gonna be a way smaller case for a budget build, but this is gonna fit in some nice components. There we go. What a wonderful noise.
Now we can put this thing in.
So we'll put this in there and then, oh wow, it really does just snap in place.
Need help? Can I try the screwdriver maybe? Oh look, it's magnetic.
This one's not, but it's smaller, which is nice for hands. Yay! Okay, we got the motherboard in. So we probably start screwing some fans on the AIO. We get to do one fan each.
This is definitely just a one-person's job.
But aren't you so glad that it's not?
If we lay it like this, cables have to be like this way.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, this is a sturdy AIO cooler. I like this one. I think it's time to retire the smaller screwdriver. I'm an adult now. Gwen, I just want to make sure I'm doing things right. Am I good to screw in these fans?
Oh my god, you did it over. Wait!
What?
You did it wrong.
You're lying. Gwen! Now we have the right back bracket.
I was never wrong to begin with.
And you know what? I believe you.
As you should.
We have our motherboard in there.
Alright.
Okay, so we're gonna wanna go
Like this. Let's put this in.
Okay, let's just go for it and see what we can do.
As the kids say, YOLO.
We need
I need
these
assistance.
guys. Yes, now come in,
Do we look ridiculous right now? Like,
You look like a pair of friends. Working on a PC together.
you're too close.
I'm trying to help you. Be appreciative. Oh, here's another one.
Thanks.
Friend.
She's in no personal space! Please!
Okay. This is looking really good so far. How are your arms doing, Gwen? You got this!
I'm so tired.
Good job, Gwen. Don't you feel more muscular already? We got all of our extra Corsair fans here. See, and the fact that you can still get RGB fans on a budget build, you want a little bit of color. While you do the 3 fans on the front, I'll do the 1 fan on the back.
What? Personally, I love pretty PCs, but I'd rather have my PC fully functioning correctly.
Well, my biggest thing too is like if you're spending money on components that you really like and love and want to keep for a long time, you're gonna want to have proper cooling for them. I'm done. I didn't. I did 1 case fan while Gwen did 2, almost the 3 of the fans. In the time that I did 1 fan, Gwen did 3 fans, okay? But we knew that Gwen was the expert. I don't know what the strategy is when it comes to airflow.
So it's like a stream, like a river, right? Goes in and out, goes in and out.
Oh, see, because that makes sense then when you're doing the AIO then, because then everything gets pushed out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you do that AIO, it's always going to be where the logo is facing out like this, because it's going to be pushing it out. Because the radiator is what has the heat.
Yeah.
So you want to push the heat out.
Okay. So, to match our Corsair fans, we also have our Corsair PSU. Here you go, Gwen. I don't know if anyone has a favorite PSU cable. This one's my favorite.
I've never met anyone
Who has a favorite PSU cable?
Yeah. Where are you putting it? What?
In here?
Yes!
Oh, okay. I wanted to get creative with our cable management a little bit.
I don't.
All right, this one we have our ASUS Dual GeForce RTX 4060. Oh, this one's really nice. I love when tech does the little transparent so that you can see a little bit of the insides. It's very nostalgic. Okay, so we'll still wait to snap this in maybe like last. Carry on.
I finished. Right?
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool. Good job, Gwen. Oh, dude, my favorite part. Let's go for it. The cool thing too with this GPU is even though we're going with a budget-friendly GPU, this one still has ray tracing available to it, AI accelerated performance, so you can still push your GPU to peak performance. That way, you have a reliable GPU that can do it all for you, whether you're gaming, editing, or browsing. So even though we're going with this $1,100 budget build, you have all this empty space in the case, you have the room to grow. Did you do it?
Yeah.
Cool, I got it. When you're going with a smaller board like this ASUS motherboard, it's gonna give you the power that you need, but if you're looking for that like extra pizzazz of RGB, it's not gonna have that at its base, but like you can add on something like that little RGB controller or hub or something like that.
I think we're done.
No way.
I think we're actually done.
Everything's plugged in already? I wasn't expecting to be done with this so quickly. With all the work that I put into this, you know? It's like it happened in an instant and I barely had to lift a finger.
Yeah, look at the mess you made too.
I was working really hard on this whole build, and I'm glad you came in at the end to really outro us out here. Okay, we finished.
Yeah.
Final piece before we plug in and turn it on. Ooh, I'm just real proud of us.
Us?
We did this together. Remember I held those things for you? And I screwed in a few screws and did everything.
This is worse than that other build we did.
Our build is finally complete. But now it's whether or not it's going to turn on the first go around.
I'm so nervous.
I think we're going to be just fine. Switch on. Together, Gwen. 1, 2, 3, go! Budget build? Budget build! Heck yeah, dude! This is beautiful. I love how this is looking, and the fact that you're able to get all of these ASUS components at a budget of $1,100, there's so much room to grow here. And you get to start with some incredible like baseline components to start to set you off for maybe like 2-3 years before you get antsy and want to upgrade. I love this build. This looks fantastic. And like it even like quieted down right now.
I know, you can barely hear it.
That's smooth.
This is kind of what I started out with. You don't really need to go top of the line with all the products. If you want to, you can, but remember that you can game with any type of component you can imagine.
I'm pretty proud that, like, speaking of top of the line, we're able to put in an ROG AIO cooler in here. And normally that's like a higher end brand that can be a bit more expensive, but we were still able to get this cooler and have it fit under $1,100.
Yeah, and we also have a 4060 in there, a 40 series.
40 series gaming at just like a little bit over $1,000. Because when I think 40 series gaming, I'm thinking cool, like at least $1,500 to start off, but you can go even under that. The nice thing is too, this motherboard, it's petite, but it can handle a 13th gen CPU, and you can go even higher with that because it's an LGA 1700 socket. So the fact that like even if you go with a petite motherboard like this one, don't underestimate it. There's still room to upgrade from there, which is very nice. To fit the budget, we went with a 13400, but you can go higher if you end up wanting to shell out just like a little bit more of that budget. If you want even like a 13700, if you want to go 14th gen, you have that ability with this as your baseline. I like this case a lot.
Me too.
Because my big thing too is I love a spectacular case, but at the end of the day, I just want tempered glass so that I can show off the inside of my build. And your I/O on the top too, you have all the basics that you're gonna need, which is like your 2 USB hubs there, as well as your audio jack and mic jack. This is the perfect place to start and grow. And I'm excited for anyone that's gonna recreate something like this. If you wanna purchase any of these ASUS components for yourself, check the links in the description below. Remember, high-end PC gaming doesn't have to be pricey. You can get a 40 series build for less than $1,100.
It's about time to wrap this up.
So make sure to subscribe to ASUS for more great updates, and why would you have two? 2 watches?
Why not? You want one?
Yeah, actually I would.